It would help if I had the mic input set up. Professional VTuber, everybody. Anyway, okay. Making all those announcements again. My second monitor is completely shot. Like, I'm sitting here looking at it. It's on. It's telling me there's no signal. So, I'm watching chat on my phone. So if you see me look down, that's because I'm looking at chat on my phone, which is also very small, which is why I didn't see that you couldn't hear me at first. Hopefully you can hear me now. It says that my mic is working. I don't know if that's a yes or no. But, seems to be the day for technical difficulties, apparently. I think I hear my husband. My husband might be home. Can you guys hear me now? Chat? Hello? Are we alive? I'm gonna actually move my phone over here so I'm not looking so far down. It says my mic is working. Nobody's in chat to tell. Ah. Hey, there we go. Okay, chat on my phone is just super slow. Hi, baby.
Hi.
Welcome back. It's dead. How's your day?
Good.
This is good. I'm live, just so you know. Why are you sorry? I'm just letting you... You're not interrupting. I literally just started. I was just letting you know that I'm live and that they can hear you. So if you wanted me to mute, I would mute. Your children have been menaces. Morgan tried to eat the Switch, and then I kicked him off the desk and he tried to eat the fan. The chat says hi, Hana. Were you able to hit the pharmacy? Okay, we'll pick stuff up tomorrow then. I love you too. Anyways, as I was trying to say before I realized that my mic was not working, it seems to be the day for technical difficulties because my little time controller thingy, which is also supposed to control the lighting on my map, is also not working, and I don't know why. It could just be that the module needs an update for the current version of Foundry, so we're, as you can see, and those of you in the Discord chat already know, Levels just is not working for me. I have no idea what I'm doing wrong, but I managed to get 2 floors of the guild house done, only for me to realize that the shadows from the floor above were affecting the floor underneath. And I could not figure out how to make the shadows not affect the floor underneath without just not having shadows turned on and completely starting the map over from scratch. I got fed up with that and wasn't bothering with it, so I said, fuck it, we're not doing levels. I will do a different map for each floor like I used to do when I was running things on Roll20. I'm using my hands to talk, but my model's hand tracking is not on, so I don't know why I'm using my hands to talk. Anyway, so at that point I was like, let me see if I can salvage what I have of this guild house and just keep moving. And then at the last minute, I decided this guild house is too big for a guild that's only been around for 6 months, so I'm going to make a smaller guild house. And this is what I've been working on for the past 3 days. This is pretty much done, aside from me adding light sources for when it's dark. Now, the problem I run into is my monitor is very dark. So when I turn this on and have it go to nighttime in the game, which is a very slow process, I can't see a fucking thing. I have my contrast turned up very high. I have my brightness turned up all the way, and I can't see a damn thing. So I was hoping with the time shifter thingy that I could get it to be like slightly dark and then adjust the lights. That wasn't working. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come in here, I'm going to make a light, then see how it looks in the dark and see if I can just kind of use that to see my way around. We're gonna see if it works. It's probably not going to work, but we're going to see. So I'm just going to turn this on, and I'm going to check the settings on this because this is technically a candle. So we're going to change the animation to... Does it have... to flickering light. And then I'm going to go to night, and we're going to see how well that works. And hope to God. Okay, so it's bright. It's not very bright, but if I copy it and paste a new one and drag the new one over here, I can see a little bit more. I wonder if I can adjust how dark that gets. I'm gonna Google that real quick. And see if I can change how dark Foundry gets at night. See name, select configure, go to lighting tab, adjust the darkness level slider. Okay, that's promising because I am normally very blind, even with my glasses. So, lighting, darkness level, okay. Let's try setting it to half. Okay, that's a little too bright. Okay, let's leave it there. I can see fairly well now. It'll probably be not as dark for my players if their monitors are different than mine, but I can at least get the lights where I want them without having to guess. Okay. And if it's too bright for my players, I can always change it later. Okay. That's the outdoor lighting. Now let's get the indoor lighting. We're just gonna go one candle at a time. Thing is I can hold the shift key and I can kind of move things off grid so it lines up where I want it to. Okay. Is that all the lights in here? I think so. And then there's lots of lights in this room. I know, this is all I've done the last 3 days. Except for Pat's Pokemon D&D game on Friday night. But I was actually working on this during the game when I didn't have the spotlight. No, I don't want... There we go. Is Pat working? Is Head Pat working? It might not be. I thought it was. I tested it earlier. Okay. There's that room. Now, let's do the hallways. And I'll explain what each room is once we're done setting the lights down. I tried to keep it fairly... Yes, Pat is running a Pokemon. It's technically it's its own system. It's not a D&D game. It's its own tabletop system, but it is Pokemon. I am playing a character named Kate, who is an Eevee trainer and who does contests, specifically contests. She does not do gyms. And we just got to the first town, and we're getting ready to do the first contest, which I'm super excited about. We just sat down today and hashed out the contest system because this TTRPG is still in development, so they haven't actually added a contest system yet. Because apparently I'm the only person in the world who really likes Pokemon contests and prefers contests to gym battles. Huh, I don't know why it's not working. I will have to fix that later. It's weird that it's not working. It says it's on. Should be exclamation point head pad. As if I hit it here. Did that work? I didn't see it. Yeah, it's working here. No, phone. This is the problem with looking at chat on my phone. Yeah, see, there we go. It's working. Okay. Yeah, when Oros came out, I was so happy because I missed contests. Sinnoh's one of my favorite regions, and this character's actually she's the daughter of one of my other OCs, who is originally from Sinnoh. And who also preferred contests. Thankfully, the other two players in that game are not in this chat, or will have no idea what I'm talking about. So even if they heard that, they will have no clue. Throw and bonk should be working too. Oh god, okay. This is going to have a lot. I'm gonna kind of overlap these a little bit. Maybe not. Alright, we'll just leave that the way it is, because I didn't think about that when I placed it, but that's fine. And then we'll just kind of overlap this rather than placing one over every single candle, because that's going to be too much. Can let those overlap a little bit. My favorite overall game is Black and White. I think Black and White had one of the best stories. Also, I am a fangirl for N. He is best boy, and I will always ship Ferris wheel shipping. Okay, I think that's all the lights. Yes, okay. Oh, that looks so good. Oh, I love that. Okay, there's one more thing I want to add on top of all of this lighting. And that is a module that I downloaded. I think it's under objects. Yes. Okay, so we're going to add moonlight. I'm going to change which layer it's on. Oh, that's really bright. You know what? That probably isn't going to work if the lights are on. I'm going to save that for if there's a point where the lights aren't on. That's just a little too much. Might work better during the day, maybe. Okay, so we're going to turn this back to daylight. And rather than turn all these off with the daylight, you can barely see them. Okay. So to explain the rooms, also let me know if the music is too loud. It's hard for me to tell on my end. It doesn't sound that loud to me. Also, all the music I'm using tonight is by Travis Savoie. Savoie. I'm not quite sure how to pronounce his last name. You can find him on YouTube. He does a lot of royalty-free D&D music, especially for the different like pre-built campaigns for D&D. So, the rooms that I have built for this guild hall, I tried to keep it kind of small, but I also tried to focus on what I think they would deem as necessary from the start. So just kind of coming it right up here, we have the stable and the cattle yard. I think they're going to probably have maybe one cow. I might give them a chicken to start out with so that they have access to food. I was going to give them a plot of land to start farming, but I think I'm going to wait on that until they actually recruit an actual farmer to come live in this area. Because that's one of the things, is they're not just going to be recruiting guild members as in people who can fight. They're going to be recruiting people to come live in this area. This little shopping, this little tent here is for the only, there's two merchants that are that work with the guild. There's a blacksmith who lives on the guild property. He is considered part of the guild. He can fight, but he doesn't travel. And then there is Isabella, who is not officially part of the guild, but she does come by regularly to sell her wares. She is going to be recruitable at a later date. The party has, the way that I'm thinking of doing it is that the party has to spend a certain amount of money with her before her token changes to the recruitable version of her token. Because all of the NPCs that are recruitable or are part of the guild start out with this green token edge. And when an NPC in the world shows up with that green token edge, that means they're recruitable. Which means somebody in the party can go up to them and be like, hey, do you want to join our guild? Or hey, do you want to come live in our guild's land and help our guild thrive? And then once you come in, you get a nice little hallway that shows off some of the stuff that's owned by the guild. We've got some statues, and then we've got like display cases. This one's got a wand in it. This one's got a sword. And then you get a little reception area. This is where we're going to see Alindra a lot. She is the current only secretary. Also, this is, wait. We gotta do this the right way. The doors have sound and they move. My players are going to be playing with this the entire game, and I'm going to have to yell at them. Because I found that if the players are playing with this too much, it lags the game for everybody. But you come up through the back of the reception area, and this is kind of like the quote-unquote war room. This is where they're going to be planning their jobs, or how they're going to take on a big job, or assignments getting handed out. These shelves all have scrolls in them from past jobs or current jobs. And then you come up into this hallway, and right away, right here is the infirmary. So this is where the injured go. This is where anybody that takes a wound during a job or during training comes to get taken care of. We have a seraph in the party. Seraph is essentially this game's version of cleric. We have a witch in the party. The witch likes to experiment on body parts, but we're not going to talk about that. And then over here is the armory. It's got a decent amount of stuff stored in it. And then, because we have a member of the party who is very religious, I decided that they get a chapel. It's a non-denominational chapel, so anybody who worships any god can come in here and pray. And then down here is the library. And this is where people can come and research topics or just come and read. And that's pretty much it for the start of the guild hall. Eventually the map will expand and they can add on to the building. Or they can tear it down and just start a whole new building. But that's where we are right now. So the next building we're going to be building is the barracks. And now I have everything kind of mapped out already in a notebook. So I have at least the basic structure figured out. I do have to put tokens on the map, but I'm going to do that a little later because I have to make some tokens for horses and for the cattle that they're going to start with, and I haven't done that yet. I think it's a nice starting point. These two wagons are technically not owned by the guild. They're tied to something else that's going to be happening with the starting quest, which is like an escort mission. One of the things that I have decided is I'm not going to build maps for every single place. So unless it's a place that they're going to be going to regularly, like the guild hall, like most of the buildings in the guild, I'm not going to build a map for it. Anything in the guild property I'm definitely going to build because it's going to be fun. They're going to spend a lot of time role-playing here. But when it comes to, say, they go into a village, I'm not going to map out the entire village. I will find a picture that I can put up on the screen to kind of give them a feel for the village. I'll throw on some music, and I will, unless it's a place that I expect them to come back to regularly, like maybe an inn that they're going to stay at more than once, I might make a map for that. I'm definitely going to be doing dungeons and battle maps, but I'm trying to save myself some time. I have been the kind of DM that likes to build maps for every single thing, even if we're only going to be there 5 minutes, and that takes up so much of my time that I could be spending writing and prepping other things. I have slowly been learning how to better use my time and how to better run these games. So once they leave the guild, there's going to be a lot of just like pictures and music and theater of the mind, as we call it. So I think we're going to get started on the next map. Let me open my notebook here so I can count the squares that I need. Let's see here. So I want to do like 3 extra. I'm doing my best not to overwork myself because I do that a lot when I DM. There was a time where I was running sorry, I'm messing with the mic. I'm sorry. There have been times where I was running every week game instead of every other week that I am doing now, and it got to the point where I felt like I had no free time between our stream schedule and our game schedule, I felt like I was either always working on YouTube stuff or always working on D&D stuff. And it was getting... I see you looking at my pencil. You cannot have my pencil. It is a pencil. It is wood. It is not good for you to chew on. Yes, I can add squares to an existing map, but it adds it, so say I added two rows of squares to the top and to this map. It would put one square on the top and one set of squares on the top and one set of squares on the bottom. And it would keep everything fairly in the middle. Which is why I like to pre-plan out my maps as best I can on grid paper, so that I'm not starting a building, realizing I need to expand the map, and then having to move everything and everything ending up cattywampus. So I think we're gonna do, alright, so let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, plus 6 is 28. So times 100, that'd be 2,800. Let's make a new scene. Polish Barrett. Sorry, my pencil's in my mouth. So we don't want this. So high, width is 2,800. No, that was Lucina trying to steal my pencil. She's very, very obsessed with my pencil. Yeah, I wish it would let me do that too. I honestly just wish it was easier to move things around. Alright, and then height is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Did I count that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, plus 2 is 21, so that'll be 2,100. Watch me math this wrong and me have to redo this whole thing later. Okay, so we're going to... I'm actually going to change the name of this scene in the little order. So we're just going to change this to Guildhall. It is very finicky. No, I could be wrong. There could be a better way to add the squares. I just don't know it. I am still new to Foundry. Okay. Okay. Hopefully I got that right. So we're starting 1 up and 3 in. Let me find my walls. Again, I am using the FA Nexus by Forgotten Adventures. They are awesome. They make some of the best assets I've ever seen. It's already integrated into Foundry. It is wonderful. Okay, so we're gonna use this one. We want snap to grid, so we want 1 up, 1, 2, 3 in, and then this first room is 1, 2, 3, 4. Nope, 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 nope. 1, 2, 3, 4 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 by 5. 4 by 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. You guys actually get to watch me start a building this time. 2, 3, 4, 5 by 4. Okay, then next to it is a room that is 1, 2, 3, 4 by 3. 1, 2, 3, 4 by 3. And then, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. A lot of 4s on this one. And then this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Did I count something wrong? No, I didn't. Okay, I see where that's going. Okay. And then this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 up. 1, 2, no, 3, 4, 5, 6. 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. And then we want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Trying to make sure I math this out right, so if it looks weird at first, you'll understand in a minute what I'm doing here. Okay. Let's see. You have 4 by 3. 1, 2, 3. And then this is 6 by 8 because it's like the other room. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 by 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then the hallway here is 2. And then this all connects. Okay. The other building, I think we're gonna make the other building out of a different wood. Maybe. No, we can make it out of the same thing. I feel like all of these buildings were hastily constructed. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4 over. 1, 2, 3, 4 over. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then this room is 4 by 4 on each side, right? 3 by 4 on each side, and then it's 1, 2, 3, 4 by 4. Okay. I feel like I did that wrong. No, that's right. Okay. Yes, okay, that's right, yes. And then this is going to be a little practice yard where there's going to be targets and stuff. Okay. That is the outer wall. Let's do the inner wall. Okay. Okay, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Something's off here. Oh, that's why. The offset. No, that was right. Okay. Okay. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes. 3. Because that's going to be the... Yes, we're going to do... This will make sense when I get that far. Okay. And then... These are 3. Down the middle. Yes, okay. That is exactly the way I want that to look. Okay. And then out here we need a fence. I'm gonna have to do that as a separate thing. Okay. Now I have to decide where doors and windows are going. So let's start with the doors. So let's see. I'm gonna do a double door here. Oh, that offset's gonna bug me. There we go. Okay. And we'll have the entrance be here. Is there 7 this one? Let's turn it back to 33. There we go. Okay. And then we're going to do another double door here because it's going to be another set of bed room, barracks room. Then the stairs are going to be right here. That are going to go upstairs to the officers and guest bedrooms. So we want the next door probably here. We want it to be a single door. I think I'm gonna flip the hinge. And then... Okay, yeah. And then... I'm going to actually do those doors last and do that differently. I have a plan. I'm going to have a door here, and then double doors here, and double doors here. Oh, I'm missing. There should be a wall in the center here. There we go. That's better. Because this is the bathhouse. The baths need to be separate. So we're gonna do a door here, we'll do a single door, and a door here. We'll do a single door. So what I'm going to do over here... No, that's not what I wanted. That's not what I wanted. There we go. We are going to... put a single door here. Put the hinge, and then I'm going to get rid of these because I'm going to put those there manually. So I can put a door here. Put it down a little bit. Yeah. Single door. And then I can put a pillar there between the two and make it so the door doesn't look so bad. And then same deal here. Single door. Oh, is there not enough room for that? Single door. Yeah, let's flip it. Okay, that's better. And then we want another door over here. This will make sense soon enough. As to what this room is. Okay. That should be... I have to do windows. I hope it is. One big one over here. We can give the pantry a window. Give a small window. And then we can give the kitchen 2 small windows. Put a single window in the bathroom. So yes, that is a thing in my world. There is indoor plumbing. I would not deny my players that. Small window here. Small window here. Here and small window here. I actually really like doing these streams because it's kind of like building a house in Sims, and that was like a big thing on this channel until the whole Sims debacle happened. Okay, and then I think we're gonna do a big window here. For these, we will do a small window here, a small window here, and don't think we're gonna do windows in the bathing rooms. I have an idea as to what I want to do in the bathing rooms when the guild is bigger, where like the back wall will be magicked to show different scenery, but for now it's just gonna be blank. Okay, I think that's good there. I do want to add the practice yard. I'm gonna do that as a separate. Okay, I did math this right though. So I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna commit this, and then I'm going to add the thing. It's fine. We will fix that. There we go. Fixed. For some reason, it keeps putting the walls on the same elevation as the windowsills. Now I have to fix all of the walls instead of where I want them. But that's fine. We'll fix it. Won't take that long to fix. And then I can move on to the next part. Okay. That's that building. I'm just gonna go through. It can be a little finicky still. Okay. Is that all of that? Should be all of them. Okay. So let's add the pillars on this area first, and then I'll add the fencing for the practice yards. Let's go pillar, ash. We want this one. Put all of them at 20, I probably am. That's fine, we can do that. That's fine. I can live with that. Okay. I don't know why the shadows aren't showing up, but that's fine. Maybe it'll fix itself later. Sometimes it does. Just want to add there we go. I actually think I want to do something maybe a little smaller on these. Let me see what I got. Let me see if yeah, that's better. That looks better. I might actually do the same thing here. Yeah, there we go. Okay. You can slightly see the doorknob. Okay. Now, unfortunately, I can't set up gates the same way I can set up doors. At least not right now, because I don't have them under the portal tab. So, we're gonna do... see if I can find the right one. Yeah, there it is. Okay, so we're gonna do this as an inner wall. And we're gonna just move it down. I'm gonna do this a little bit lower, maybe? I don't know. Let me check something. Oh, the windows are at a weird... okay. So if I move this up... okay. Let me do that for all the windows then. Sorry. The adjusting is probably... oh, well, that one's at the right one. No, it's not. Just to make sure everything is sitting the way I want it. So I have to go back and fix things. I'ma get frustrated. And we don't want Kage to be frustrated. We've had enough of that with building these maps and getting this game going. My poor players have been waiting for months for me to get this going and get my ass in gear. Okay, that should be all the windows at the right elevation. Now let me do this. So we want inner wall. We want you at 19.8. Yes, much better. Okay. And then I'm gonna do fence on this side too. Yeah, why not? Okay. And then we'll just set up a gate. Let's go with this one. Maybe, no, too small. Oh, it's too small because everything's still resized. There we go. Much better. Sadly, I can't set these up to animate because they're not set up the right way. Hopefully they'll change that in the future, but for now that's fine. Okay, and then there's the feeder. There goes the children. Okay, and then we want fence. And then we're just gonna set these up along the outside. There we go. Perfect. Now I usually do the inside first and then I'll decorate the outside. So I need to remind myself what floor I used in the guild hall, because all these buildings are going to be the same for the most part. Okay, it's the darker wood. That's what I thought. And then... I think we're going to do a runner in this hallway to like about here. And then maybe we'll do a circular rug where the table is. And then another rug over here where the sitting area is going to be. I kind of want to change this out and make this a little bit bigger. Can I do that from here? No, I can't. Okay, I'm just gonna go redo it. Just make that just a little bit bigger so that it connects with the end of the door, because it was bugging me that it didn't. Okay. Let's go to textures, wood. That's the food hitting the metal bowl. We want this one. This is the one. And we're going to do 0.1 so that it sits over top the outside when we do the outside. There's also metal noises in the campfire sounds that I have going for some reason. Or not campfire, fireplace. Like I have the music, and then underneath that I have a quiet tavern ambience by Michael Gelfi that I paid for a while back. Oh, I missed one. That's fine, I'll fix that. Good. There we go, okay. Now let's figure out the carpet. I definitely want to do carpet in the 2 bedrooms. So these bottom bedrooms are going to be full of like bunk beds, and then on the second floor is going to be rooms for the officers, of which right now there are only 2, Wynn and Jamie, who are the leaders of the guild, and then there's going to be guest rooms upstairs. At least until they get more officers. And then they might have to build a guest house. But we're gonna do... Let's get the stairs made up. Stairs... And we want... Let's do the darker wood so that they kind of are separate from the walls. Here we go. So we want one of these. We're gonna drop this down to... I think we're gonna drop this down to an elevation of 1. So that it's above the regular floor. Yeah. Or... let's do 0.5. I don't think it needs to be a 1. and then we just need to do a railing there. So let's go back to the building tool. The railing, dark, and we want... This is not the dark wood that I was thinking of. So let's just go railing and find the dark wood. There it is. Okay. So inner wall, we want 19.8. There we go. Okay. We're going to commit that, and then we're going to come back here, find our dark wood stairs again. What is the name of this wood? So that I can search for it later. I went way too far. Walnut. Okay. Had to be specific with the walnut. Okay, and then this is going to be at 6. No, it's not. Just kidding. It's going to be at 20, so I can sit over the railing. I'm going to do it here and then here. Actually, no, we're just going to do it. There we go. Okay, I like that. That looks good. Okay. Okay. So one of the things that I've learned with this set, this thing, is I can merge things together. So now the stairs are all one piece, which is great because I can do that with all the rooms too, and it'll make things hopefully load a little faster for my players and not bog down the system too much. So we are going to come in here and I'm going to start placing... Do I want to do the carpet first, or do I want to do the... edges first? Let's do the edges first, because I feel like that's going to make things a little bit easier. So let's go rug. And I need to find the ones I used in the guild hall, so that everything matches, because I'm obsessed with that shit. Okay, so we want to start this probably like right here. Then, actually we want to do this on 03. And then bring this down. No, wrong button. Shoot. Okay. Bring this down here. Probably about that much. It's a little... Come over here. Yes, I have found that mapping my dungeons and my buildings out first makes it so much easier to take it into the program, and then it's just figuring out the decorating on the inside once it's in the program. And then what we're going to do is I'm going to scroll out and I'm going to select all of these, because there is a method to my madness. Then we're just going to flatten them. And now if I move this... Nope, I missed a couple. Let's try this again. Hi, Lucina. Welcome back. I figured you'd be upstairs with Daddy unless he closed the door. What's with the belly showing, huh? It's too early to nag at me that we're not upstairs. Okay, sorry, I distracted by the cat. Just kind of move this to make sure I've got everything. Okay, now we're going to flatten this. And now if I move it, everything moves together. Okay. So now I'm going to do this hallway. And I think I'm going to stop it like right about here. That way I can have a rug over here for where the dining table is going to go. And a rug over here for where the sitting area is going to be. So we'll start... Lucina can be very distracting. I'm gonna try... Ah. Yeah. Okay. Then we're gonna bring this down to about here. Let's do right here. Okay. We are not lining up very well, are we? Okay. Let's try this differently. And then this is the other... Sorry, I keep adjusting in my chair. This is the other part. Trial and error to make sure everything lines up the way you want it to. Or as close as you can get it. So I'm just going to drop this one here. Okay. Then we'll just bring it down as far as we can. There we go. Okay, that's better. That's an inside corner. Alright, I thought Morgan was behind me. I will fill in the center of these rugs, but there's a specific way I'm doing this, so I want to get all the edges laid down first. Everyone? Yep, okay. Flatten. And then I'm not going to do in the kitchen or the pantry or the bathroom. I might do these two rooms, but not the bathing room. Okay, let's see. Where do we want to put things here? So, here. Here. Yeah, that's good. did I miss a piece? I missed a piece. Let's try that again. This is why I need to move it first so I can make sure I got everything. Kage is trying to rush. Why am I talking about myself in the third person? Okay. And we're just gonna do another little one over here. Because it's boring watching me just lay down rug edges. It's also just monotonous. Okay. I'm sure you guys would like to see me doing more exciting things like building actual rooms. Why is it every time I turn around my screen feels like it's getting darker? Oh, I think it's because it's one of those screens that adjusts to lighting. Oh, I hate that. I need to turn that off. My phone does that and I hate it. Oh no, I matched that wrong. There we go. There we go. Much better. Okay. You guys are gonna get 2 DM and chills in a row because I'm also going to be doing this on Tuesday. Okay, you are not at the right height. Neither are you. Now I have to check all of you. You are fine. Okay, that's all the edges. So we're gonna just grab all of these. And we're going to turn them into one big thing together. Phone! I can't see the chat. There we go. That way, I can just move them all together. And then I'm gonna do 2 more over here, but I'm probably gonna attach them to each other, but not attach them to the other rugs. Just to save myself some time and work. Well, it doesn't really save much time or work. That's just so that I don't move everything all at once, really. missed one. Every time. There we go. Yeah, Mondays I usually don't have a lot going on. Hana and I usually play something together in the evenings. We'll either play our own save of Metaphor or we'll hop on FF14 and run Endwalker's story. Okay. That's that. Now we can lay down the centers of these rugs. And I'm going to use the same one that I used in the guild hall. What are these? What's this set to? I'm on the wrong elevation. There we go. There we go. I do have to get the schedule out tomorrow. But yeah, that usually doesn't take that long. Unless I'm putting something new on the schedule. Then I actually have to move the... So the lettering on the schedule is not actually a typable font. It's something I pixeled each individual letter and number. And then I add punctuation as I need it. So I'm literally piecing the words together letter by letter. Though I am going to have to move those files over to another program because my parents are canceling their Adobe subscription that I've been leeching off of for years. Okay. Alright, so we want... it's not that much work. But that's just because I'm used to doing pixel art. I know there are bunk beds. At least I think there still are. I'll have to see. I thought there were. Let me scroll all the way down. Stretcher, bedrolls. I might be thinking of the Dungeon Draft version of these assets, but I thought there were bunk beds. A lot of fancy pillows. Not quite what I'm looking for. Hammocks. More pillows, blankets, bedrolls, mine carts, hay bedding. Are these pet beds? No, it's a day bed. Broken crib. I'm finding everything but what I need. Okay, there's a ladder for beds. So I might have to build this myself. We can do that. We can totally do that. I'm going to use... Okay. I might be able to fit more beds in here than I thought. That's okay. We can do that. Is that one? 2, 3. Both, yeah, we want them a little closer together. No, that's still a little uneven. Okay. Let's try... Okay. You know what? That's fine. I figured it'd be about 4. And if that leaves a little bit of extra room at the end, that's fine. Okay. Then we're gonna add the ladder. Turn the snap to grid off. This music is very epic. I don't know which playlist this is. I have like 15 different playlists. I just have it shuffling between all of them. Blankets. We're gonna do blue because that seems to be the overarching color. Those are doubles. Where are the blue covers? Okay. This is not going to fit this bed. No. Where is what I'm looking for? There it is. I did pass it. Okay. Pillows. I might have passed the pillows I want. I think I might have. They might be higher up. So I want the super... I don't think it's these. These are the really big ones, right? Yeah, these are the really big ones. That's way too big. Yeah, it's also a little on the bigger side. We're looking for the same ones that I used in the infirmary. There they are. And then I want to put a chest at the end of every set of beds. And then maybe next to, yeah, like one in the middle for the person on the top bunk and one at the foot for the person on the bottom bunk. We want a fairly plain looking chest too, so let's go with this. Ooh, that might be too big. I don't think I have anything small. That's still a little on the too big side. We could probably resize it. How about you? You're better. I think I want to make you a little bit smaller. That'll work. That's one set. This whole watching the chat on my phone thing is not going to work for a long-term solution to my monitor problems. Okay. We could probably throw some bookshelves in here just to make it a little cozy. When in doubt, throw in a plant or a bookshelf, and I think I'm gonna do both. Okay, so let's get some potted plants to throw in some corners here. We'll go with... How big is this one? That one's way too big. Let's go with... There we go. We'll go with these. Just kind of throw them in the corners here. Don't quite... Yeah, you know what, that'll work. Then we can throw some bookshelves. Grab the smaller ones. Do I have an even smaller one? There we go. That'll work. Okay, that is one set of rooms in the barracks. So now comes the fun part of trying to select everything. Am I missing anything? I am not missing anything. Cool. So we're gonna flatten this. And then I'm gonna show you something really cool. We're gonna copy it. We're gonna come down here and paste it. We're actually going to flip it. And voila! Now I don't have to do all that a second time. How cool is that? So now we have our 2 barracks rooms for the regular members of the guild. Man, it doesn't feel like it's 8:30. We've made some good progress tonight. This building won't take that long to finish. Well, we still have to do the outside stuff, and then I still have to do the bathhouse. What do I want to do next? I want to do kitchen or the pantry. Let's get the bathroom out of the way, actually. Exactly what I want. Okay. Which way do these doors swing? That's probably a good question. That's not the way we want that door to swing. Okay, that one swings the way I want it. That one does not. That one does. Okay, so we need to fix these 2. So let's see. Open direction, reversed. Okay, let's see if that fixed it. Nope, that one did not. Because I didn't save it. There we go. There we go. Okay. Let's see here. What do I have in the way of... Do I have a wash basin, or is this all going to be fountain making stuff? Oh, here we go. Okay, and we can fit a couple of these in here, actually. Let's do 1, 2, and 3. Actually, we'll snap to grid on this one. Just to make sure that it's all even. Oh god. Nope. Okay. We're gonna have to not snap to grid on that. Okay. Okay. You know what? I probably could have made this bathroom a little bit smaller, but you know what? It works. So this is going to be the eating area. This is going to be a sitting area. Got this space over here that I could put like a chess table or something. I still need to figure out. I'll probably put a plant up here somewhere. Maybe put a couple displays with other weapons in them or something. Just to fill in some space and make it pretty. This is going to be the pantry. This is going to be the kitchen. I think for the kitchen, the stove's gonna be on this wall. Okay, so we've got this for a stove. There's also... Oh, see, that's new. That's also new. I wonder when they added those. Do I want to use that? Because then they've got a brick oven, which I don't think would work very well with the fact that this is a very wood building. I kind of want to go with this one. I like that. It's different. It's different than what I normally use. I kind of like that. Okay. Because the other option is to build a fireplace. And have it be like a roasting spit. But I kind of like this. I gotta figure out what else I'm gonna put in this room. I definitely want to put in like some tables for like prepping food. And some storage with like plates and stuff. I'm gonna... You know what I didn't do? I didn't flatten... There we go. Alright. Let's look for... Actually, let's do... Yes, okay. stew pot. When I typed in pot, I didn't think I was going to get all of this. This is one of the reasons I wanted to do a separate barracks, because I wanted to make this more lived in and then have the guild hall be a lot like cleaner and more professional looking, if that makes sense. Okay. And then I want a kettle because tea is an everyday staple. Right, let's go with cupboard. Maybe there will be a pre-built cupboard that I can just throw in here that has dishes and stuff on it. Give myself a little bit of a break. I don't want it to match the walls, though. And eventually what I'm hoping to do is, as they build the guild, they're going to be broken into groups, each one with an officer. And then I can give the party their own house once things kind of pick up a bit. What else do we have that I can work with? Do we have anything nicer? I don't want like super fancy. Alright, so that's the amount of pre-built stuff I have. Exactly! When people come into the guild hall, they're looking to do business. Okay, we're gonna go with this color wood, and then I think we're gonna do okay. Yeah. This down a little bit, and then it's got cobwebs on it. It's got spilled wine? I hope that's not blood. There we go. I like that. Okay. And we can put 2 tables here that we can throw some food prep on. And then I want to throw in maybe a little bit of storage that's been moved here for the purpose of cooking. So let's grab... Let me head up to storage and just see what I can find that has like, maybe has food or small bits in it. And if I don't have anything, I might have to... Oh, here we go. That'll work. And then that takes up most of that wall. That's actually... That works. Okay. And if I can get a smaller set for this corner... Not quite. Nope. Is that all the prefabs? Let's throw some wine in this corner. That makes sense. This group's gonna be drinking. I know my players. At least some of them will be drinking. Okay, so let's grab a table. See what we can find that might have prefabbed food prep. Probably not. I might have to do that myself, which is fine. I don't mind. Oh, here we go. There is prefabbed food prep. Cool. I don't mind doing that myself, but if it's I can make things easier on myself, that'd be great. Okay, there's definitely plenty of prefabbed food prep. I can talk. I also just realized what time it is. So if I can finish this kitchen, we'll be able to call it a night. I want cheap tables. I don't want anything super expensive looking. Because this is the kitchen. Let's go with this one. We can throw 2 of these in here that are used for prep. And then I'll grab a couple of those prefabs. Okay. Let's go with... There was one with... Here we go. Too big! Okay. We can resize it though. There we go. Much better. We also need to go up 1 level so that the shadows actually show on the table. You are also not going to work. I'd need a longer table for that. So let's go with... That'll work. We can make that a little bit bigger. Alright. I think I want to throw maybe a chair or 2 in here. And then I think I'll be happy. And I can... Okay, that is great. I really like that. We're just gonna flatten everything. And that is a good place to stop for tonight. I think we made very good progress. I will probably work on this some more tomorrow off screen, and you guys will get an update on Tuesday. The only other building after this is I have to do the top floor of this building, and I have the blacksmiths. And the blacksmith is a much smaller building. But the blacksmith himself has his own shop because he actually lives in the guild's land. So that is where we're going to end tonight, guys. I hope y'all had fun, and I will see you all on Tuesday for more of this. Schedule will be going up tomorrow. But in the meantime, matane!